Do you remember the first time you got in touch with the poem Howl?
Mm-hmm. When I was a young teenager, my friends and I started. There were a few friends of mine that loved literature, and we all started reading the Beat writers about at the same time. So yeah, I was about 15 when I first read Howl, and then I became a literature major in school, at university, and then now I'm getting a master's in poetry. So I've been reading Howl for about 15 years.
Mm-hmm. What does it mean to you emotionally? You know?
Emotionally, well, it resonates emotionally on a lot of levels. I connect to it just because it was something that I read when I was younger. So I have it to me it resides in this play, this kind of these memories of my youth. But then the poem itself has kind of emotion going on. So, and it's also about a young man. You know, a lot of it is about Ginsberg's own growth as a young man. And so, to me, it has, you know, a lot of spirit of young artistic expression and searching and defiance and expression of repression and, you know, a battle against repression and all of that.
Mm-hmm. How much of the young Allen Ginsberg is in you, in yourself?
Well, I guess the young Ginsberg is in me to the extent that he was a young man that was looking for a way to express himself artistically, searching for a voice, searching for his place as a writer, as a young artist. So I hope to identify with that spirit. It's something that I do. I'm going to school for that kind of thing, you know, and I guess essentially what I am going to school for is both to have an appreciation of literature and film, but also to find my own voice, both as an actor, writer, filmmaker. So that, I guess, spirit of Ginsberg is in me.
Mm-hmm. That spirit is in Rob and Jeffrey as well. So actually they're pretty much known for their documentaries here in Germany. So they actually directed their first feature film. So what was the experience like for you working with them?
Very
true.
true.
The first feature.
It was a great experience. I've been a fan of Jeffrey and Rob's for actually since I was in high school. I saw their film The Celluloid Closet in the theater when I was in high school, and then I watched I watched The Times of Harvey Milk many times when I was doing Gus's film Milk. And so what was very interesting and unique about this project is, you know, it's a regular fictional feature film. You know, it's recreation, it's actors. It's not quite a documentary, but it has the soul of a documentary. Originally, when they started working on it, it was conceived as a documentary, you know, 8 years previous to now. And then it started developing, and they turned it into a regular feature film. I guess they call it kind of a docudrama. And so it's all actors recreating everything, but the script is still all based on actual transcripts of the court trial, transcripts of interviews that Ginsberg actually gave, the actual poem, you know, all the text is made up of real, you know, things that people actually said. And so, and most movies aren't that way. So, as an actor, working with that kind of text and with these kind of directors, it was interesting because you know, it felt like both that we were creating something new, but on the other hand, we're being very loyal to these historical, you know, events and things that happened. So it was a very unique and kind of inspiring combination of those two things.
Mm-hmm. One thing is acting, you know, and then the other thing is watching it the first time, you know, the whole film, you know. What was it like for you when you saw the film at the end? You know, the whole thing with all this, you know, because it's so special, so border crossing, you know. So what happened to you? What did you think?
I loved it. I mean, I had an idea of, you know, what it was gonna be like. I as an actor, I've tried to teach myself to release all expectation, because I mean that's the thing about being an actor in film. There's the experience of making the film, and then there's the experience of the film itself, and they're very different things, because you know, as an actor you go and do your performance, and then you're done, and the filmmakers and the editors, you know, edit the performance. The sound person comes in, and the music person comes in, and you know, lays this, you know, the soundtrack down, and you know, everything goes into it. So it's a very different thing when it comes out. And I think it can be, you know, if you're not prepared for that, you know, it can be a very jarring experience. But I have taught myself to go and do my performance and then release it, and whatever comes out of it is out of my hands, and I almost don't feel like a responsibility for what they do with it. My responsibility is to give them the best material and the best performance I can, and the best material to work with, and what they do with it is up to them, which is also one of the reasons that I only like to work with, you know, directors, good directors now, and people that I trust, because I like to see how, you know, they mix it up and what they do with it. But you know, it was great and completely unique, and I think the perfect way to approach this material. You know, it's how do you capture a poem, you know, in a film? It's very hard to do, so you need a unique and unusual approach, and so that's exactly what they used to do it, and I think they pulled it off.
It worked pretty well. Thank you very much.
Yeah.